accepted. And back in the day, the rock had 5 and 3. Different story now, they got no energy. New drums got M slow with the hit unload. Half close and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, tight shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am a nigga. I bring it to you rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain. Now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga. Oh man, Universal, he sent me a video. I guess he was talking to SpeakRadio, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I said, what? And everybody knows SpeakRadio is not the brightest bulb in the bunch, but I was like, damn. And here, it's fucking retarded ass SpeakRadio talking about me. And wait, I couldn't even believe it. So I said, man, I'll respond to it. I just got back to DC, so I figured, you know what? I slap a black down, and I always have fun slapping the blacks down. So this is for you, SpeakRadio. You can catch this in the morning. You sound like you're probably fat, so you fat when you wake up in the morning from your slumber sleep. You watch this. Hopefully this will wake you up. Give me 1 second. I want to get my camera right. Just got back from New York, and my setup is not like I wanted. Changing cameras around and stuff like that. What do I want the camera here? Yeah, give me that one. Give me that camera. I think I'll take that camera here. What do I want to do with it though? I want to close that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, SpeakRadio. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Anyone is here. We have 2 people in the audience right now. Damn, fucking glasses off. Shit. Give me 1 minute. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, the camera. Yeah, right. Camera. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. The camera's all up in my face and shit. 1 second. Oh. All right. What did I do here? All right, I got that. All right. Oh, here it is. All right. Oh, yeah. Damn, this seems like it's right up on me. Maybe I'll sit back a little bit. What's up, Snake? Man, so Universal, the other day, we had JP up here. And, I was telling people I was interested in having a conversation with JP. It's an interest of mine. It's been something that I started talking about 4 months ago when I noticed a phenomenon. And so I didn't reach out to JP. Somehow he found his way on the channel. Maybe he channel surfs. I'm not sure. I don't have any way of reaching out to him. I've never been, I don't even think he does panels, but I've never been on the panel. I've never mentioned my channel to him. I've never said, hey, JP, come on my panel. I would love to talk to you, anything like that. I've never tried to form a relationship with JP. So I just want to preface what I'm about to say with that. But I did want to have a conversation with him because I think he really hits at the core of what Black people are looking for in entertainment. I do believe that. And so I wanted to have a talk with him because I think he really represents pretty much where, a large number of the Blacks are. But they can't be honest with themselves, and he's honest. So that makes JP very interesting to me. A man that lives his life very honestly is an interesting person. So I'm listening to this interview, and Universal Jones told me about this, so I'll play a little bit for you. And I'll let you take a listen to it, and we'll respond to what SpeakRadio is saying. I mean, I'm really amazed that Blacks are this damn dumb. And Speak is dumb. I've talked to him before. He is fucking dumb. But it really is amazing how dumb Blacks are. And the hatred for what I say They bury their head in the sand and they act like these things don't happen. And I just want you to listen to how dumb Speak Radio is. And we'll start it by right here. I think it's a good start.
Because he's black and we're black and we're talking about black folks on YouTube.
So this initial start, they're starting off with JP here. I'm gonna let you hear the whole part about JP. I think it's pretty interesting what Speak says here about JP. Listen.
Raw passion. He is the lifeblood of YouTube. This is what John could not explain well. But if you pay attention, he's been on all these panels that we circle, and he dominates the panels because he has the best commentary and the gravitational pull for folks to listen to him, because he, believe it or not, he's speaking an unsobered truth. He's speaking a truth of Black life at its rawest form, and he lives it. And I think we need to really just watch him over the next couple of weeks, months, etc., because he's really highlighting just the purest form of niggerdom. He is Black people through and through. There's a little JP in all American Negroes, and that's why he is who he is. He's literally the lifeblood of Black YouTube. I made the comparison of him a couple of nights ago on John's channel, that JP could be like a Charleston White. And what he's doing right now on John's channel is proving my point. Because he's going on a long-ass monologue, and some of it's a little off, but for the most part, he's speaking some truth if you're listening to him and not seeing him as just some crazy welfare food. Just my opinion. All right, so that's my first audio clip. I'm gonna play one more, and then we'll get speaking here. Sectors needed right now for these sectors to continue. When he leaves the North, moving forward, humble fuck dumb Negro who only cares about the day he still gets the glorification and support.
One of the things that's interesting here, if you're looking at the chat, there's some lady. Her name is Janice Jarice, and she said JP is the blood of retardation. Well, JP's channel is stronger than a lot of other Black channels. So are the Blacks that are listening to him retarded? Okay.
What we're pointing out here is content and character. And if you get stuck on just it's about race element, you're missing the whole point here. It's about race because he's Black and we're talking about Black folks on YouTube. But the bigger element is, as a Black person, JP is defying the odds in many of the things that is often talked about. We could talk about red pill. He still don't know how she make pull outside of JP is just a Black man, and we're pointing out. Imperious or not?
Good.
Why not?
Let's go ahead and fucking do it.
Why not?
Title, because you said you were trying to say that I was calling you a coon, and I didn't ever particularly. What is the context of this whole thing? Like, you're saying JP is the content right now?
Yeah, my main point is there's a bigger point, but what I'm talking about specifically, we'll get to the bigger point towards the end, is my bigger point is this. He is, or folks like him, he is carrying the pastor that we can say John's, we could even say Gospel Bob. When he shows up, everything floats towards him, and he's important. He might not be the most articulate, he might not be moving anything forward, but what he's putting out, he's showing us what Black folks want. They don't want a highly educated Negro who's sitting there talking lectures. They don't want that. What they want is the JPs of the world, but JP is also just being himself. He's showing people functional. It is more of a stream than and I don't know. This is what I hear you. I read you all. We're talking about content right now. Everybody.
I want you to look at one of the comments here. This really highlights where Black America is here. Here's Distant Lights. I've seen Distant Lights. I may pop out these comments. Let's see if I can do that. I'm going to pop out the comments here. Let's see if I can pop it out. Pop out. How do I pop these comments out? I may not be able to do that. I may not be able to pop them out. I'm going to highlight some of the comments. But here's a comment saying, and it's by Distant Lights. And Distant Lights is saying, I've been saying for months and months that JP deserves to be a millionaire off this YouTube thing. A lot of people are recognizing this about JP, and Speak Radio He's dumb. He can't see it.
Somebody should be paying him. He should be getting broke off super chats. If he's gonna be there and he's bringing all the numbers, he needs to get a cut. That's business.
How can anyone be against that?
Besides JP, you can ask Lo. I've been telling her this for months. I said, don't go on CTs no more unless you're gonna get paid. Because he's gonna put you right next to him. He's gonna ask you to cam up, and when you cam up, the super chats come. But don't if you ain't gonna get no cut, don't do it. But same thing with JP. He should be getting paid to be on all these people when he's on it.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Like you said, you just saw JP recently, right? So
Yep.
I've been seeing JP in these sectors since the Fight Club days. And you saying that he should get paid. Why should he get paid? He's the one seeking out these panels.
You said he doesn't want JP to get paid. He wants JP to stay on welfare. JP comes over, brings energy to a lot of people panel. I think he deserves to get paid. If he's bringing something that you don't have, you can't create, isn't he deserving that? Hell, he could be on his own panel getting super chats. But he comes over to your panel, give these people a little bit of his welfare. They should pay him. They want JP's dope for free.
Because he has such interesting shit to say. He's doing that to bring subscribers over to his channel to build his channel up.
What's wrong with that?
Nobody on
JP, when he came, I watched JP on two other panels, Bob's and CT's, and his own panel. And he came here. I don't think JP even mentioned his channel here. I've never heard him mention it on Bob's or CT's. Like, JP just a roving band. Hell, he got the dope. People gonna seek out the dope. He ain't got to tell you where it is. You'll find it.
YouTube pays people to show up on their panels. I mean, unless they're like, okay, like Charleston White is big now. We can use him for example. He's big now, right? So of course, people like what's that? Say Cheese supposedly pay him like 10
paid him.
Yeah, they pay him like that's. I guess that's his asking fee to be on there.
Yeah,
because
so
many people want him.
Yeah,
but JP's not on that level yet.
But Charleston White wasn't always on that level. He was getting paid a little bit. Now he gets paid a lot more. I don't understand the hatred for this man getting paid for what he's doing. He's not on Charleston White level right now, but he's worth what he does. He brings energy to people pounds. A lot of people seemingly are dependent on him. So why does he want JP to get paid? If JP was going on white people panel, juicing the super chats, he'd tell them white people to pay JP. He doesn't want the blacks to pay JP. That's very interesting.
He should be. That's my whole point. He might not get 10 G's, but they should break him off $100, something. Why not?
I mean, if that's what he sets down and sets up, I mean, but he's voluntarily coming to these panels. And look, I don't really think he's taking over panels and, you know.
What? Okay, well, you got your right to your own opinion.
Like just being, what it is people want this fuckery content. And so they let him run off at the mouth and say all this outlandish.
They let him because no one else can do it. He comes up and he provides the fuckery content that the people want. See, SpeakRadio is very dumb. He doesn't know what he's saying about the blacks. You're going to hear what he says to contradict himself within a minute or so. Just listen. I mean, damn, these blacks are dumb.
Shit. Because they want it for the views. They might not sit there and say that, but they want that fuck shit for these views. Yeah, let's just be honest.
He's admitting that JP brings the fuck shit, which brings the views, because that's what the blacks want. Okay, he's admitting it now. Blacks want fuck shit. JP brings the best fuck shit. You want to appeal to blacks, low IQ blacks. You got to bring JP.
Honest about it. And it's kind of like people like banter. These motherfuckers just say the most ignorant shit, and you know they just run off at the mouth, and you know eventually they do get kicked back. Like I seen Vance get kicked off of panels because he won't shut the hell up. And
kicked off is not kicked back, but nevertheless.
So I was reading something.
I'm talking about Art kicking Vance off. I mean, people attack Art. Why didn't Art kick off JP if Art has got such a strong hand here?
I was reading something in the chat. Never mind.
That's all good.
But yeah, I mean, that's what JP is doing. He's going around fishing for subscribers through other people's shit.
But JP has more subscribers than I have. He has more subscribers than Bob. The fuck he need to go on Bob for? He's just going there having a good time.
And I'm not knocking on JP because I don't watch it.
He made Bob shit. Ryan Barwell, I think, donated $400 and said, "Hey, I want JP to take over for the next couple hours."
Because I think he's, this great nigga on YouTube. I watch him because I think he's funny.
He is funny. He's got a lot of charisma.
And a lot of times he be hitting on shit. Like if you just take out all the.
So this nigga is basically saying JP be right about a lot of shit. This nigga also admits that he watches JP. But he said JP can't make any money. Nigga, you watch him? The fuck you want to watch him for free? It's the problem with black.
The dumb, crazy shit that he says. Sometimes he be hitting on some shit if you just really listen to him. So I take the good with the bad with JP. Because I'd say 90% of what he says is nonsense. But about that 10% that you just need to listen to, if you just wide through all the fuckery and the bullshit, he will be saying some profound shit sometimes.
And that's the thing. 10% of JP's profound shit is greater than 100% of the other niggas who ain't got nothing to say on the panel. They just say they dullars. They have nothing on their mind. So they can't say anything. JP comes up with his 10% his speech says, and that's better than the 100% than the other feeble brains up there have.
Do you think he doesn't deserve compensation for what he brings to channels? Right now.
I mean, that's like saying, well, you brought Loa, for example. I mean, you think CT, if she comes up on CT's panel, he would actually, compensate her?
Yeah, if she went up consistently and cammed up, yes, I think he would.
Now I want you to look.
But what I learned from that experience,
hold on,
percent right now, 100%.
30, it's the 30, it's the 70. Sectors where Great Crack hangs out.
People can understand and see this is where they're at. Now he's
Skywalker and Art fishing for subscribers through other people's shit. And I'm not knocking on JB because I don't watch him because I think he's, this great nigga on YouTube. I watch him because I think he's funny.
He is funny. He's got a lot of charisma.
And a lot of times he be hitting on shit. Like if you just
he's funny, he got charisma, but he doesn't want the man to be paid. He wants the man to be on welfare or get out and go work a bullshit job like Speakcast. That's very interesting.
Just take out all the dumb, crazy shit that he says. Sometimes he be hitting on some shit. But about that 10% that he will be saying some
compensation for what he brings to channels. Right now.
I mean, that's like saying, well, you brought Loa, for example. I mean, you think CT, if she comes up on CT's panel, he would actually, compensate her?
Yeah, if she went up consistently and cammed up, yes, I think he would.
Now, I want you to look at this comment in the audience. Here's Speak saying, CT won't pay JP. But EAE right here in the chat says CT has paid JP in the past. See, that's what I'm saying. Speak is dumb as fuck, man. Like, he's just a real dumb, low IQ black. Look, here it is right here in the comment. It's EAE saying this CT has paid JP in the past. Here's another person saying JP has original viewpoint and he's actually pretty smart. I say JP is smarter than SpeakRadio.
Because I don't know CT is known for compensating people to come on his panel.
You don't know that, but that means you don't know if he has or has not.
But that's just me. Now, if JP were to get, 20K subscribers, hell, who knows? Maybe he needs to start being compensated. But right now, where he's at, no.
I want him to wait till he get a big number.
Oh man, StreamYard's tripping. Can you hear me?
Then he can
I don't want to reset.
So
you're saying?
I mean, really, that's up to the content creator if they want.
So now it's up to the content creator. So that means he can get paid anytime.
to bring him up. But like, I mean, look, so we're saying like over on Bob's channel, you know, he was dominating the conversations.
He was.
Now,
man, he was calling Art, wishing death on Art, cursing out T. And this is how the blacks just can't be honest. It's just so maddening. And again, Speak is dumb, so there is that. But like, he just can't be honest either.
I mean, maybe the way you look at it, but I say he trying to take over, and you know,
he tried to take over. Was he successful? Of course.
Skywalker and Art just didn't kick him down.
Okay, so they didn't kick him down. He tried to take over. They didn't kick him down. We must assume he was successfully taking over. He was. Let's be honest.
You know, like they would do with the banter, because you know Art can't stand banter, so
Art
he'll throw
can't
banter in the back.
But Art said, as it relates to JP, this was content, bro. Damn.
Because I said, nah, I respect my elders. I'm not gonna go in on Stanley over a
No.
That's for your question, because I didn't hear a yes or no.
Yeah, I said no, but I mean, really, that's up to the content creator if they want to bring him up.
So the answer is yes. Right? You don't want him paid, so your answer is no, but you don't have a channel to pay him. But if someone else wants to, then it's up to them. Right? Why the fuck why do you say no? It's up to them.
Like, I mean, look, so we're saying like over on Bob's channel, you know, he was dominating the conversations. Now, I mean, maybe
is it really sad that he can gloss over the way that JP was talking to T, the way he talked to Skywalker? He glosses over all of that and saying, you know,
the way you look at it, but I say he trying to take over, and you know, Skywalker and Art just didn't kick him down. You know, like they would do with the banter, because you know Art can't stand banter, so he'll throw it banter in the back in a minute.
So Art,
but it's one
like banter, but does he like JP? Presumably, or at least he puts up with him for the content.
Those people that just talk over everybody, kind of like Imperius does. He talks over everybody. He's got to be, you know, it's all about him when they come.
Problem is, Imperius doesn't bring super chats. That's the thing.
Come on panel.
JP came up on panel. Ryan Barwell sent $400 for 4 hours of JP. He said, "Hey, put your host on ice. I just want to hear JP." That's what happened there.
Now, the other day, Bob and them had a guy called Kizumi on there, and that was one of their best streams.
These niggas don't know what they say. Why was Kazoom so good? SpeakRadio, he's so dumb. He don't even know what the hell he's saying. Universal's smart enough to correct him. He's going to, well, not correct him, but he's going to say,
And this is a white guy.
Of course.
This was a white guy.
Ooh, these niggas so dumb.
Tell us more about the white guy.
Dumb. He did not even know. He just walked right into that and said like a rat walking onto a trap.
And I got a follow-up question about what you just said.
I can't really tell you about the white guy because it's hard to explain. You would have to see like his channel, but this guy's got like 30,000 subs on his channel, and he just randomly popped up in Gospel of Bob's channel, and then he made a short about
white man made a short. He went one extra step to help the niggers out, and here's this dumbass black. Man, these blacks really bad. They are so down low, down. I mean, they're missing probably 15, 20 IQ points, common sense, everything. And he said there was a white man, Kazoom, and that was the best panel they ever had. But he couldn't put two and two together. Maybe it's because of the white man.
He like his channel, but this guy's got like 30,000 subs on his channel, and he just randomly popped up in Gospel of Bob's channel, and then he made a short about him being on there. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
you should check.
That white man was pretty interesting. That dumb speak, boy, he's so dumb. He don't even know what the hell he just said. Listen,
channel, and he just randomly popped channel, but can't really tell you about the white guy because it's hard to explain. You would have
he too dumb to explain it, but he was like, it's good. It was good. I can't explain it, but it was real good, boss. I promise you, real good. He's a dumbass
to see like his channel, but this guy's got like 30,000 subs on his channel, and he just randomly popped up in Gospel of Bob's channel, and then he made a short about him being on there. It's pretty interesting. You should check it out because I mean it was a long ass stream. He was up there.
Radio gay.
I mean, but they talked about a lot of things.
Is SpeakRadio gay? Is that why he's drawn to Kazoom?
Civil for the most part. But
civil.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Civil. He said civil. Are you trying to say the blacks can't be civil? SpeakRadio.
A lot of things. It was a civil for the most part, but yeah, you got to check it out.
No fuckery, as you like to say.
So, okay. So that goes back to JP, right? So I've seen him have civil dialogue. I didn't watch the whole thing that he was on yesterday with John, but he was up there with Be Brave. It was pretty
when a daughter's lives, and they're going to, and that's when they reeled it back for a while. He doesn't play well with people, and that's not a knock against him. He's like Tom.
He's knocking JP, but saying it ain't a knock against him. He can't play well. He don't work well. He doesn't have a cooperative spirit, which other blacks don't have, and he said JP ain't got it in spades.
Tommy Sotomayor, he doesn't play well with others. It'll last for a while, but JP rolls to the beat of his own damn drum. And I think John's setting himself up for failure trying to recruit JP.
What? These blacks are so protective of JP. If anybody talks to JP like me, they be like, John, you better be careful. Leave him alone. That's our guilty pleasure. I like him for the F shit. I like him for the fuckery, as he says. John, leave JP alone. We want him all to ourselves, our own little guilty pleasure. Bro, I don't want JP. You can have him. Like, I wanted to have a conversation with him. Conversation's done. He's yours now. You take him. He's yours.
Because at the end of the day, it's gonna turn to ash. It is what it is. And this is just my observation. I think John is using him for content because he doesn't.
I've never asked JP to come up here, right? I ain't going out getting him to come up here, right? He ain't acting the way he behaved on Bob's panel. That was the content. That was their content provided by JP. JP ain't been back. He's only been here once. Blacks, you have nothing to worry about. I'm not trying to build a channel around JP. Trust me.
Doesn't have any
content. All yours, blacks. You can have him. He's your representative.
Say more. How does John not have any content?
Because it's the same fucking song every stream.
What? He said, what? John doesn't have any content? It's the same shit every stream? Okay, what about CT? What does he talk about every day? What about Kazoom? What does he talk about every day? Like, what does JP talk about every day? Like, does JP not talk about the same old fuck shit every day? Right? But people like it. And he's been doing it for a long time now. I just got an alert to say I've been on YouTube 2 years or so. I didn't even know the time it flew that fast.
Content because he doesn't have any content.
Say more. How does John not have any content?
Because it's the same fucking song every stream. I mean, how many times are we gonna have to hear about this fruity booty ass nigga that he wanted to kick out of his apartment? He got a picture of the nigga in his.
Now look how you talk about the black man, the old black man, getting up trying to work hard. You know, maybe not be the best person, don't pay the best, but he was trying to work, working hard. Like, not, JP's not working like that, but he got just derogatory words to say about the man. That's blacks for you. And then watch how he gets in a dig at me by spreading a lie.
Phone. Like, I mean, come on now. You showing these goddamn videos about your attendants exploiting the black.
Speak Easy, SpeakRadio, he doesn't have tenants. SpeakRadio doesn't have content. He has to go to other people's channel, and he's so low IQ that he finds himself in JP's panel and criticize that man for making money off selling content to him.
Black tenants. Like, bro, come on now. It's the same fucking song for the past 2 weeks. Him beefing with Stanley. And, he said, oh, I'm over there with my daddy, Stanley. No, I rock with Stanley, but I've even gotten into it with Stanley. And, I bowed out gracefully because I said, nah, I respect my elders. I'm not going to go in on Stanley over a misunderstanding. So I just bowed out.
So do you believe that Stanley has more content than John?
Well, here's the thing. I
can't answer that question. And here's the thing. This is what I'm saying about blacks. You just can't be honest. Just say yes or no, nigga. Just say one of the two. Right? Then he gonna go off in some long explanation about listen.
I'm not gonna say he has more, but what I am gonna say, his content is different. Because like Stanley has told y'all, he likes to, review political shit. And
review political shit, which is other people's content. I don't play other people's content like that. I make a habit not to show other people's content. Almost exclusively. I'm doing a React video here. Universal called me, told me, hey, take a look at this video. I said, okay. It's a Universal video. He asked me to do it. You very rarely see me just going out showing other people's content. I got my own content. Shit. One live stream, I create 6-7 videos, or maybe even more. I don't. Whose content? Whose content do I show up here? No. If I show your content, I'm hammering home a point. This is Black Thought, something like that. I want to hammer home a point, and I'll use your video to prove my point. I could have done that without Universal Video here. I've been saying the same thing many different ways, but it's always good to highlight what many people consider to be a fairly intelligent black man. He can comport himself fairly well. He seemingly halfway talks intelligent, but he's not very intelligent. If he can look at what Stanley's doing, which is nothing, and say that's content, bro. I look back at all of Stanley's videos. Now that I'm monetized, YouTube provides some features to allow you to see what someone is playing, how much content of other people they're playing. Stanley, damn near his whole streams are other people's video, 100% of the video. And here's this dumb nigga talking about Stanley has content. What content? Playing someone else's videos is not content.
I'm not really into the political stuff so much, but I do watch a little bit of his his history docs and stuff. And then I ain't gonna.
Stanley's never created a history doc. He's played other people's history docs, but he's never created one. It's so interesting, these dumbass black. That's what I'm saying. Speaker is low IQ. I wonder what kind of work he does for a living.
I do watch a little bit of his his history docs and stuff. And then I ain't gonna lie to you, I like when people come up there and cause drama, because there's a lot of haters from John's channel that come to Stanley's channel.
So he likes drama. The same kind of drama to be on JP's channel when he's watching. So why shouldn't JP get paid? Nigga, there's a demand for what JP providing, of which you like it. You just, apparently you don't want to pay for the content.
And mess with him in the chat. Come on, Lionel. you know what happened on that stream. Don't even sit there. I will go off on an old person. Shit, they can get it just like anybody else. The fuck you mean? Shit, you be disrespectful. Shit, I can be disrespectful too. But it is what it is. I just feel like I give it a year. John's content will fade into obscurity.
I've already been here a year. You gonna give me another year? Okay, thank you.
I don't think so. I think honestly, I think a lot of folks are missing the point on John's content.
What? So, give me a little context of what point that we're actually missing.
It's amazing. Like I keep trying to tell you people, this is why blacks can't be software developers. As long as I've been up here, if you can't get what I'm trying to hammer home or what I've been hammering home, like you pick up a broom, sweep, do some other shit, lowbrow, but you're not going to be moved up the corporate ladder if you can't see what the fuck I've been paying by now.
The point is, John has the ability to. He doesn't even really need to respond to news clips or anything that goes viral. He literally can go outside, turn his phone on, and he's got crazy ass content from just Negroes who live in fucking Southeast DC. That what John's ultimatum is point out the content and character amongst blacks, and he doesn't articulate it that way. But if you pay attention, he's really just connecting dots so that people can understand and see this is where they're at. Now he's very brass. He uses all the language. He may not be the most articulate person when it comes to trying to help people learn and understand concepts, but he puts that on the viewer to do. which is one of the things that I peeped very early. So who's this black guy who's calling himself John Galt? Characteristics about how black people are. You connect that to what CT does or Ock does or whomever.
Now I know Speak is over there on CT channel. I've never heard him criticize CT. I don't know if he does or not. And you know, I know you've all heard what RLM said up on Bob's channel. And I wonder what Speak thinks about that. Right? Like, what does he think about that woman saying, using the N-word? Like, if he thinks so lowly of me, well, what about her? Like, I'd be curious to know. He won't say, because they're all kind of sucking up to Bob now, and they'll let this woman just call him nigger boy, my little nigger. Yeah, okay, great.
That is what is happening in this sector, is just talking about these are the things that folks do. And yes, it doesn't feel good. Yes, it does ruffle feathers, and it makes us go, it's not all black people, but it's...
Oh, Abiola, man, I don't use ChatGPT for content creation. Like, shit, huh? Every now and then a thumbnail. That's about the extent of it, though. You know, hey, I know people that do it. It's not my wheelhouse, though. I really talk about what I can just roll off my tongue, as opposed to having to do some deep researching and building a house or a well or something like that. But, you know, for the people that do it, more power to them. They make a lot of money doing it, I'm assuming, yeah.
It's enough of us that it's a huge problem, and we need to do something about it. And if he chooses that's the only thing he talks about, then that's the only thing. The one thing that I don't agree with, and I'll say this publicly, is the high praise of Be Brave. But I do think that Be Brave has some significant talking points as well. But I just don't high praise anybody. That's just my thing. So when he does that, I know it triggers a lot of people, because I've seen he'll bring up his name and it just sends people off into a tizzy because of how people feel about.
Maybe I need to start mentioning Be Brave's name more often. If it triggers these blacks, maybe I can run these stupid ass blacks out of my chat.
A man who just talks directly, but I don't want to deter away from the conversation. Talk about Be Brave. I'm just bringing that in as, like, if I had one thing to point out as a flaw in John's delivery, it's bringing in Be Brave, because automatically what people go to is, oh, he's just being.
But see, the thing is,
Django.
Universal, fuck these niggas. I don't give a damn what blacks think. These stupid ass blacks. What the hell would I care what blacks think? I'm trying to trigger them, make them jump into their feelings, and stop trying to use that little pea brain they got. Right. So if Be Brave triggers them, more power. I'll start using that more.
And I think there's more there than just this white worship.
And you look here, Distant Light says, I like hearing Be Brave's viewpoints. Interestingly enough, no one likes hearing SpeakRadio's viewpoints.
A lot of people take from it.
Well, it's more than Steven from the Django. I mean, it's Steven from the Django, Clayton Bigsby, and fucking Uncle Ruckus all wrapped up in one. So it's a bunch of multiple layers that John's on. And my whole issue is, look, I can sit here and go off about the dysfunctions in the black community. You know, I've done it before, so don't sit there and act like I don't see it, so, you know, it ain't happening. I see it. But one thing I'm not going to do is gallivate and gyrate for the fucking admiration of white people. I'm not going to do that.
And who's doing that? Are you saying I'm doing that? Does anyone honestly think that I'm gallivating or whatever the hell he says for white people? Man, I go days, sometimes weeks when I'm in DC. I don't see any white people. There's no white people around me to dance to. Speak, you live around white people, I'm sure. If you use your low IQ to make some money, you probably took that money and went and lived around white people. You have to dance and act in a civilized fashion that white people will find suitable in your neighborhood. I hope you do. I hope you would act like a normal, civilized person, and not like the blacks in my neighborhood. If you live in a white neighborhood, which I'm sure you do.
That. And so, like, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't hate anybody on YouTube. I don't even know most of you folks in real life, so I can't hate somebody that I don't know.
Yes, the fuck you can, nigga. Don't tell me that y'all niggas can't hate white people without knowing them.
But what I don't like is the way John talks.
He don't like the way I talk. He don't like the way I talk. You never hear these blacks say they don't like the way blacks act. Never hear that. You don't like the way I talk. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. That he doesn't like the way that I talk. You know, that's very, very interesting. That SpeakRadio. He said, man, I don't like the way John be talking about black people. I just don't like that. What does he say about black people? He talk about how they live. He talk about how devastating, destructive they are. I guess that's what he does not like. And again, I asked him the other day, if you don't like the way I talk, do you like this?
Aw, my little nigger. Oops, I can't say that word anymore.
Yeah, you about to get
For
banned from
real?
other channels.
Oh, my little nigger.
My little nigger.
Now, he likes Bob's channel. See, he went over there and heard a very good conversation. He went over there while they got that white woman up there. They say, my little niggers. But when it comes to me, he said, man, I don't like the way John be talking. Well, do you like the way RLM talks?
Don't know. But what I don't like is the way John talks.
I don't like
this.
I wonder if he likes the way the blacks behave. You don't like the way I talk? How about the way blacks behave?
The way John talks is somebody with mental issues.
Oh, mental. I talk like I'm mental. Well, I know somebody else mental. They take medicine for it. Yeah. Verified mental. And I ain't picking on anybody. But if I'm mental, nigga, let's call out all the mental motherfuckers. Let's call them all out. The ones who've been diagnosed mental. Yeah. You don't want to do that, though, do you? Y'all all want to coalesce around your little DEI pilot. He's the one that's fucking mental, nigga.
And it may be with something dealing from the past, some past traumas.
Look at these niggas, all past traumas. Okay, I'll play the game. I'll play the game, nigga. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll play the game. It's a past trauma. They got me all fucked up. That's what he say. I really can't believe these niggas. Like, they think that I just supposed to look past all this black shit and not notice. Like, I'm just, I don't see nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Don't know nothing. Everything, just everything. Let me show you a video. This is from earlier today. Let me see if I can find it. I got a video from earlier today. I don't know if you guys saw it. Where is it? Here. Yeah. Here it is here. No, that's not it. Wrong video. This is it. Damn, I don't have the short. I thought I had the short. Well, today I interviewed a young black man, homeless. Nowhere to live. Is this it? This fool it? This may be it.
But the same height there. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, that's it. I want you to listen to this.
Thanks, Abiola. What is that? Is that Canadian? Canadian $2 from Abiola. Oh, man, he's a nice guy. That guy was good. Oh, wait, what are those? You ready? Yeah. You know why? I don't even know if he's YN. I shouldn't call him that.
26.
Yeah, you married young.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
Probably about a month now.
Okay, damn.
Yeah,
What made you get married? Now I'm going in a different direction. Now, what made you get married, my man?
Because I'm trying to start over for me, do something better with my life than what I normally do. You know, I got 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? This is my 3rd baby mom, so it's like, it's about time I sit there and try to settle down and, you know, like actually have a family because I don't have a real family. You get what I'm saying? Like,
now, well, where is your family? In the Bronx?
yeah, I got family all over. You feel me? Like I got family, but it's like it doesn't. Excuse me, Bert. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? They help you with programs to help you get your apartment, job programs, everything. You know, either hot or cold. So your food gonna get there nice and warm or hot.
But how far do you have to walk?
It depends. I don't usually take trips that is small. I do it a long time.
I'm pregnant right now.
Yeah, like I said, we in a family shelter. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So this will be your fourth or your three?
Third.
Okay, your third. Okay,
Right.
Your third baby mama, three. Okay,
Right,
gotcha.
right.
How many boys, girls, what?
I got one boy, he's 4. I got a daughter, that's 2. Everywhere.
Is that why you got the red on?
Yeah. And it just don't make any sense. You know, like that throws you off. You know, it throws me off. Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So if they wouldn't mind, it's in the hand, whether you ask for it or not. Stuff like that. And then
but you don't have Down syndrome.
No. I was there for behavioral.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you just act out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Why were you in anger problems?
Yeah, I was a bad kid.
Why were you angry?
I have a lot of reasons to be angry. You know what I'm saying? I was neglected as a child, went to foster care. I was abandoned. And then from foster care, I was abandoned from my foster mom to get put in a juvenile group home.
Wait a minute. Your foster mom abandoned you?
Yeah.
Isn't that against the law? They're paying her, right?
No, like, how do you say it? Like, I was there for years, and then after a while, she just told the sister she didn't want me no more because she felt like she couldn't handle me, for lack of better words.
Was she still getting money for you?
No.
Okay.
No, she legally like did it the legal way, but I just feel like she abandoned me because like all the time like that was my first foster mom, and I've been there for years prior, and then she still had my younger sibling.
How old were you?
Was she 12 years old?
Huh?
I was 12 years old.
So she abandoned you at 12.
Yeah, then I went down, but they put me in.
And he goes on to say that he was robbing people.
14.
How did you feel about being on there? What did she say?
You know, like. You're homeless. You can't go into the shelter because I'm saying you're a minor, 1, and 2, you're in foster.
Yeah, excuse me, man. A little boombox.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So I had copped out.
That was your first charge?
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Oh, you come out here a lot. You come
a
a
lot. You know, kid, you know, like that you know, started the downfall, you know what I'm saying, the triple effect, whatever you want to call it, you know. Cause like, I just felt like it just felt different after that, you know. Like I was on a good track, you know. Like play football, want to go to the Marines and all that. Like I had plans on me because of the medication. Yeah, it's a lot that comes with the psych medication. Like, you know, it's only out files. I just want the money.
Yeah, you're making money off
the medication.
Oh yeah, he's talking about taking all the psych medications.
Right.
I'm a suit.
Right.
And then he talks about
how would you rob them? Will you rob a store or just people?
Like if I let's say like this is sad reality. I'm not kind of trying to condone it or nothing, but it's the truth.
No, I'm just saying, yeah.
Like you walk past somebody, they sit there and clutch their bag or something. You wouldn't do that if you had nothing valuable to take.
Say what?
You wouldn't do that if you don't have nothing valuable to take. If I walk past you and you see how you have all your equipment, if you see me, if we're not having this conversation, you would most likely judge me by the way of my appearances, the way I carry myself. So you would see me and hold your stuff closer to you because you have something valuable. That's how I know who to rob.
So basically, if you didn't hear that, he says if he sees a woman clutch her purse around him, that's who he knows to rob. It's the black mentality. That's what he did. He would stick people up, rob them. He talks about how violent he was, beat people up, attack them. But here is SpeakRadio. He has nothing but hatred for me. The blacks cannot even mention their black criminals. This is the 70 or 80% that Be Brave talks about. And I know that triggers some of you blacks. But this man said he don't like the way I talk. But what about the way this black man acts? You like that? Those are your choices here. You can live with my words or die by his actions. That's how it goes.
And don't sit there and act like that's not the case. I mean, a nigga that sits there and smokes primos all day.
See how they have to disparage me. Now, for those of you that don't know what a primo is marijuana and cocaine. I've never, ever taken cocaine. Ever in my life. Never. But here he wants to say that I do drugs, illicit drugs. He knows that's not the truth. He won't dare disparage the criminals. But here he is talking bad about me, saying I do cocaine, right? These blacks are really, they're really something else. And this is Mr. Low IQ. You know.
Day and fucking drinks from fucking sun up to sundown and sit there and rant
I'm not drinking right now.
About Negroes in his neighborhood in one sector of the country.
Okay, that's where I live. But it ain't just one sector. They're in DC, New York. I showed you New York. We see everything's going in Chicago, Philadelphia, Baltimore. And he even goes on to mention Baltimore.
There's an issue. And that's your main content. But he wants to sit there and say,
yeah, Ock Nation shit. All he does is cover the damn news clips. At least I'm giving you some real shit. How long has Ock Nation been doing news clips over and over, talking about black crime? SpeakRadio ain't got no problem with him.
Stanley destroyed his channel. Stanley didn't destroy that channel. I know we're kind of going off on JP. We'll swing back to that. But I'm saying Stanley didn't destroy his channel. Yes, him and Stanley beefed all the time, and Stanley would come in on his stream.
But those were Stanley's words, not mine. I use Stanley's words. That's what Stanley said. It was a win-win that John took a hit. That was a Stanley's word, not mine.
Things to talk shit to him. But, bro, Get Crack left. We know where Get Crack hangs out. We know the sectors where Get Crack hangs out. Get Crack ain't gone nowhere, but he just ain't over there no more. Mm-hmm. HB, you know, he done went off.
Maybe those people left because of Stanley. Would you want to work with Stanley? He even admitted himself that he stepped away from Stanley's channel. So is it a stretch to hell? Maybe Get Crack said, I don't want to work around with Stanley. HB said, man, I'd rather go work by myself than work with Stanley. Portia, he's going to name all of the people. But the one nigger that stands alone, still remaining here, you ain't going to be able to get rid of me, you fucking nigger. You understand that? Can you figure it out with that low IQ of yours, boy? And the more you niggas keep talking, you know the rough I'm going to bring it. You know, you do know that. The more you keep talking, do you know the rough I'm going to bring it? You got to, I am that kind of nigga. I bring it to you like that. Keep talking, boy, because you're not going to be able to shut me up.
And done his own thing. And Portia, who knows what she's got going on, but she's not there anymore.
But see, sir, I don't need anybody, right? I don't need a motherfucker. The cheese stands alone.
So Stanley was the only consistent person on his channel.
But he was no good. And he couldn't even behave himself. How do you overlook that? Does your low IQ not see that? Even you didn't like watching him. What does that tell you? Doesn't tell me anything.
The only consistent person on this channel. Now, we know he probably wasn't getting the views because he wasn't on that, you know, that buffoonery that people want to see, except for the numbers would pop up when he was arguing with people and shit.
Okay, so the only content that Stanley had that would make people get engaged is when he was arguing with people. That's not content, sir.
But to say that Stanley was trying to sabotage this channel.
Stanley said that himself.
Yeah, that's a complete bunch of bullshit. His channel fell off because of his doing. Like when y'all had that morning roast, I literally thought y'all was gonna come on every morning and just have some cool conversations about whatever. But it turned into nigga shit, nigga shit. That's what y'all went into every goddamn morning. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I thought y'all was gonna have some like
you just turn it off and go somewhere else.
You know, eye-rising content, but it went into this, oh, we gotta bash Negro every morning. Like
where else, sir?
He's pigeonholed himself into a certain sector of YouTube. So? And I heard him say on Bob's show, he's like, I'm trying to figure out how to break through this YouTube algorithm. Bro. And like when I came at him, yeah, y'all wanted me to go respond to him. Y'all, you need to go respond to him. The nigga never addressed why I initially came at him. He never addressed. I said, why are you crashing out over Be Brave? What Bob said about Be Brave. That's all I said to him. He going off on all this other shit. Let me show you this nigga. Let me show you this nigga. That has nothing to do with what I fucking came at you in the first place.
Why are you coming at me? Right?
Address what I fucking came at you for initially.
Address anything you come at.
And Be Brave is a non-factor because if you sit there and listen to Be Brave, he can't get his numbers correct. Oh, it's a 70, it's the 30, it's the 30, it's the 70. Be Brave is fucking crying about shit that doesn't affect him. Where Be Brave lived, I heard him say something one time on his stream. I can't even get on the bus because of these fucking blacks. Bro, ain't no blacks on riding the bus where you live, you lying motherfucker.
There were blacks riding the bus where that woman in Charlotte got killed. And I think he made this statement before that woman was killed. So this is what I'm saying. Like, the blacks really ought to be hesitant to say anything about crime and violence because the blacks are committing crime and violence almost anywhere. And it's in inexplicable ways. You can't even sit down on a bus without a crazy black stabbing someone in the back. And we're getting to the point where you almost can't turn your back on these people.
But he's a non-factor. Like y'all worrying and crying about shit that don't even affect y'all. Now maybe it affects John because that's where he lives.
Okay, so I can talk about it then. That's where I live. So that's what I talk about. So he's giving me permission now to keep going on talking about blacks as long as I live around blacks. Right? That's what he said. It may affect John, so John can talk about it. Universal said, I can just walk outside my house and get nigger content, which is true. I've done that many times. SpeakRadio, he has no content. He thinks Stanley has content.
Maybe. But they crying about shit. Let's talk about some real shit. Like what's going on in Baltimore, going on in Chicago, that doesn't affect y'all.
What?
Let's be honest.
Baltimore. Huh?
Honest. Let's keep it a buck.
When you say y'all, you're throwing me in there?
Whoever.
All right, so I know if I'm responding. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can respond to it. I mean, if you think it does, I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and respond. What I always say, if it don't apply, let it fly.
Gotcha.
Here's what I'm saying. Just it ain't bothering me. So I ain't gonna do nothing about it till it bothers me. The blacks want to bury their head in the sand and act like nothing bothers them until they get shot with the straight bullet, and then they want to react. But it's too late at that point.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, more. I don't. Actually, strategically, to be honest, working with the mental health of black folks. Spent most of my life, more than half my life, I've lived roaches and all. I mean, I don't take no content down. You can go back in the archive.
Minnesota now.
I will say that Africans in Minnesota have more social in Minnesota, 100%. And they were able to do that within 25 years. So,
well, I mean, you said they have a Somali mayor right now, right?
No, he's in good position to win the managerial race right now.
So that's the same aspect as what New York getting that Arab mayor.
Yeah, they're both
gonna go downhill if that happens.
Yep, they're both socialists as well. Omar Faith. I don't know how he pronounces his last name, but I'll show you what it looks like. This guy is most likely. Well, here's the thing: he has been endorsed by the DFL, but he got caught cheating. So I don't know if they're gonna still let him ride or not. But if he runs, there's never gonna be
because they see a quote unquote black face.
Yeah,
but he doesn't speak for them. And
no.
And this is what when they put this FBA versus tether conversation. And I'm not an FBA. I'm just Black American. That if you even want to call us that, but I see why these people are saying FBAs want to delineate from other quote unquote melanated people because they don't have the same experiences that we have. They come over here thinking that they're better than us. And this guy is not going to do any favors for quote unquote Black Americans.
What do you want him to do, nigga? Why should he do you a favor? Why? What does he owe you? Like, I don't even know.
Power. He's only gonna push shit to make his people great.
Okay, that's what he should do. He's Somali. What the hell? He should put something to make him worse off.
But what if they function better than us? Like they can think it, but what if their actions are showing that they are better? Then
Are they showing that?
In some instances, yes. Look at academics. Look at work. Look at income.
Could that be just from them bringing in a certain demographic at a certain point? Now, I mean, okay, so let's put it this way. So when you talk about waves of immigration, right? Typically, the first wave they bring the good bags in. Minnesota right now, right now, right?
Maybe second, maybe close to tie with Native Americans.
Because I will say this, a lot of these tether crimes get lumped in as black crimes.
That's not happening here. No.
You sure?
No. Yeah,
I know, like in Florida.
I mean, it's just really, man. I can't listen anymore to this stupid shit. Man, these blacks are just so dumb. Like, he doesn't like what I say, and that's very interesting. But he doesn't want to talk about the actions of the blacks. Which in the morning I'm going to be talking about the actions of the blacks, and kind of what we're seeing here, particularly in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know if you know this. This is the city council for Charlotte, North Carolina. So here you have V. Alexander Lyles. She's a black American woman. This looks to me an Indian or something here. Lawana Mayfield. She's a beauty. I think she's running again. You have James Mitchell there. And the next row here, you have Victoria Watlington, Dante Anderson. You have Malcolm Graham here, and Tiawana Brown. Further down here, you have finally see some white people here, Edwin Peacock and Edmund Driggs here. And the other two filling out their ranks here, I think it's 11 council members, Renee and Marjorie Molina. And so this is one of the ladies I was looking into, Lawana Mayfield. I think she's like the deputy mayor or something like that. And she looks like she went to Harvard School of Government program. I don't think she graduated from Harvard. I think they had like these certificate type programs. She's long worked in community organizing. Previously, she was a Mecklenburg County project coordinator with a focus on immigration reform, community organizing, and eliminating for-profit prisons. She served on the board of NASCAR Hall of Fame, other National League of Cities. Key achievements: she has led the development of multiple projects, including premium outlets, the airport job fair, the youth job fair, the Goodwill Opportunity Campus, improved sidewalk widening, and other projects in rezonings. And here she is here speaking.
Council Member at Large, Lawana Mayfield.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, giving all honor and praise to God. I want to thank my wife, Jaleesa, of 17 years, and I want to thank God for blessing me with an amazing mother-in-law and giving me a bonus mom. Most people know both my parents passed when I was young. Unfortunately, my father when I was 13, my mom when I was 15, but I have an amazing bonus mom in Miss Gilda. And thank you for my best friend and for all who served, who shared their time, their talent, and their treasure. As I'm about to be sworn in for this 6th time, I am filled with joy of work that we were able to accomplish that first time around in a different seat in this last year, but also some anticipation of what the future can hold for all of us. I want to thank our along with everyone.
You know, this lady has had a hell of a transformation over the years. Apparently she's gay. I think you heard her say there that her girlfriend or whatever, here's a 6 years ago, she looked a little different.
And breaking news just in at 5, we've learned Charlotte Councilwoman Luana Mayfield has been removed from her newly appointed role on the state's Human Relations Commission. She was appointed by Governor Cooper in December, but we told you last night at 11 that some of Mayfield's past tweets accusing some police officers of being, quote, homegrown terrorists sparked protests from 29 Senate Republicans. They wrote a letter to the governor asking he rescind the appointment. Today, he did just that. We've reached out to the councilwoman for comment.
And so this is Luana Mayfield. I looked through her Facebook feed. Let's see if I can find it. But she is not very friendly toward white people there.
Years old.
As you can imagine, she's not very friendly toward white people here. We look up Luana Mayfield, and you'll see some of the things from her Facebook page. And we'll look through some of the other council members, but this is a very hostile council group, likely against white people. And so I cannot imagine that they're going to have a lot of sympathy for this victim of the crime. So you can see here, these are the Facebook posts from her Facebook feed over the last couple of days here. She lost weight. And so here it is. The time is now. Faith in Housing, Charlotte. She's commenting. She hasn't really commented much. I don't even think she commented at all from her official capacity here about the killing that happened in Charlotte. And you can see here she posts something about her reelection.
Why did you want to refile?
You know, honestly, service is important to me. Now, at this point, I'm 11 and a half years in, and I think good, bad, and indifferent, you're not going to agree with every decision and every vote that I make, nor should you, because that's a cult, and that's not what I'm interested in. But I believe that the community deserves to have elected officials that actually keep to their word, say what they mean, and actually fight. Because our city is growing with most people moving here, and I have a lot of concern about those of us that have lived here, that are natives, have been here for a long time, honestly being moved out of the city and not seeing the growth that's going to benefit them when we look at transportation, when we look at housing affordability, when we look at wages. We only have control on the city level, which I'm thankful my colleagues supported the idea of us extending $1.5 million through the budget over the next 3 years to help our employees, because we have city employees that are living in hotels, living in their cars. So for us to get them up to $24 an hour.
And here's more on Luana Mayfield.
Charlotte's first openly gay elected official. Thank you very much. And of course, you all know there is an election coming up. I have some information that I want to share with you about our illustrious president, who has been the only president of the United States that has moved our issues forward in the way that he has. But just to give you a little bit about me, if you don't already know, I grew up in Miami, but I've been in Charlotte for more than 20 years. And just like our president, I was a community organizer for more than 15 years in our local area, working on immigration reform, alternatives to incarceration, as well as equality for our lesbian, gay, bi, and trans sisters and brothers. What? Okay. That is the main reason why I have our president's back. President Obama believes in America, and he believes that we all should prosper together. And he believes that responsibility should be rewarded, and it applies all the rules to the same people. That's why the Obama administration has made advancing equality a priority for all of us. From repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell, to signing the Hate Crimes Prevention Act into law, to prohibiting discrimination based on gender identity in the federal government, LGBT Americans have made advancing equality.
And so you can see she's very LGBT there. And she apparently is anti-cop as well. Here's another video of her. It's from Spectrum One. Hopefully that'll play. Ask later.
My husband is not a terrorist.
They were words echoed over and over again during Ann Stepp's 3-minute speech to City Council Wednesday night. Stepp's husband is a CMPD officer.
I just simply want to have my voice heard.
She's upset over a tweet sent by Councilwoman Luana Mayfield in March, but only drew attention and controversy a few weeks ago. It says, quote, being black in America under number 45 has created homegrown terrorists wearing blue uniforms. At the time, she was responding to another police shooting involving an African-American man and referring to President Donald Trump.
You say racism is real. Yes, it is. And you, Miss Mayfield, are as guilty as anyone because you clearly don't like the color blue.
Mayfield has previously said she stands by her comments.
When you do your research to look at from 2016, let's just say May, until May 18, how many people of color have lost their lives and or have been assaulted, then we can have this conversation.
But on Wednesday, around 10 family members of CMPD officers showed they don't support her tweet.
There are people out there that don't support the police. We just want to be that voice that does show the support.
Stepp says everyone has a right to express their opinion, but as an elected official, there is a limit.
Her tweet was so off the wall and inappropriate that to not call attention to it is just as wrong.
It's why these women want Mayfield and all elected officials to consider the impact of their words.
Think before they speak.
You know what's interesting about this? This Mayfield woman, she's not a very attractive woman, and you see the very attractive women showing up at these council member meetings. I'm not sure how the Ukrainian woman looked, but she probably looked better than Mayfield. Mayfield has seemingly gripes against white people. She's not going to be able to express any sympathy for this lady that was savagely killed in her hometown, in her town that she represents. And again, this just really kind of shows you the problem having blacks in governance. They're not able to extend empathy or sympathy to people when they fall victim to something like this, because race comes first, and blacks have so many petty grievances that they want to fight, that they can't even see the humanity in this woman being killed because they have so many other gripes that they're fighting. And so it's going to be very interesting. It has the potential to really tear this town apart. As I showed you, it's a majority black black city council. I would imagine many of them are probably going to have similar sentiments as this woman as it relates to this murder. And so it'll be interesting to see how the white residents react to the more or less callousness from their city council. Again, I showed you the tweets of the Luana Mayfield. She's a woman. She should have some kind of compassion for another woman being attacked in that fashion. But nothing on her Facebook page extending any kind of condolences. And that is kind of what, I think if you were to extrapolate that out into the black community, you're having very hardened, battle-hardened like women that could see another woman being stabbed like that and not have any sympathy there. The video didn't show her face really, but the pictures posted could have been modeling photos. Yeah, I think she's Ukrainian. She was a smaller woman, so she likely was not an ugly woman, but it didn't matter. I think just it's kind of almost the opposite. RLM being somewhat attractive, the blacks will let her do and say whatever she wants to do. In this case, here's a foreign woman and their black is acting out, and they wanting to do and say whatever, allow him to do and say whatever. There was even a fundraiser for the killer. I'm not sure if any of you guys were aware of that. It was taken down. I think it was a GoFundMe. Charlotte killer. And you'll see that here. It's crazy. The killer is named DeCarlos Brown. I once had a tenant named Carlos Brown, which is very interesting there. So anyway, so you'll see that DeCarlos Brown, ads everywhere. DeCarlos Brown, alleged GoFundMe for Ukraine's refugee murder suspect sparks outrage. So someone started a GoFundMe for, here's a woman here. that was killed by the man there. Here is the guy, Irina Zaruska, 23 years old. He reportedly fled her war-torn home in Ukraine for the U.S. met a violent end there. Here's the Carlos Brown. Massive outrage erupted after it emerged that GoFundMe pages were launched for Carlos Brown Jr., the man arrested from the murder of the woman. Let's see if there's anything else. I wonder if he has any social media. I'm sure they've taken it down. Hey, maybe he's on Twitter or something. Let's see. What if he's on Twitter? What do you think, guys? You think he's on Twitter? That can't be him, right? That can't be him, right? You think this is him right here? Look, check this out. Could this be him? DeCarlos Brown? Harding University? No, class of 2027. Damn, a lot of DeCarlos Brown. Carlos Brown. DeCarlos. I don't know. No Twitter. Let's see. Anyone tagged him. Latest. Oh, wow. He was arrested at the scene. So he didn't even run away. He has schizophrenia, apparently. But mental health evaluation is like his schizophrenia diagnosis. So he can't get the death penalty there. Life without parole. You know, the guy that we interviewed earlier, he said he was a very violent guy, the street interview guy. Charlotte mayor argues that Americans need to have more compassion for the homeless after homeless man DeCarlos Brown stabbed a woman in the throat. And so she's arguing for more compassion for the homeless there. And she is a nice looking woman there. Wow, this news has made it all the way to Sweden here. Let's see if this speaker, the mayor's speech here, she may have taken it down. Here's the mayor here. Has she not tweeted in a while? Let's see if we can find that speech of hers. Let me find that speech. See what she says here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. All right. Okay. All right. Thought I saw something about Southeast DC. Police release video. Oh, here it is.
Tonight, Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles is releasing a statement about the video of the deadly stabbing on a light rail train 2 weeks ago. That video is so disturbing, and we are not showing it to you at this time, but it has the moments police say the suspect, DeCarlos Brown, is accused of attacking the victim from behind, and the random attack happened on August 22nd. The suspect is then in the video seen walking away and leaving the train at the next stop. Brown has since been arrested and is charged with murder. He's being held in the Mecklenburg County Jail. In a post to social media, Mayor Lyles is calling the attack senseless and a tragic loss. She goes on to say she has been focusing on what safety looks like in Charlotte and that she is committed to making the city a place for everyone to feel comfortable in. On Wednesday, the CATS Public Transit Advisory Committee is set to get an update on safety and security during its meeting, and we will update you if any new developments come from that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.
You know what's interesting about this killing? I'm looking at the tweet here that she put out here. Here is the killing. She says, this was a senseless killing. The video of the heartbreaking attack is now public. I want to thank our media who have chosen not to repost or share the footage out of respect. So they do have footage clearly, but they've chosen not to show it. I imagine if they showed it, it would create a lot of outrage there. People really want some questions answered. And in some ways, maybe we don't get to the bottom of these things by not highlighting exactly what happened, how gruesome it was. And that is the extent of her commenting on this. No support for the police for catching the guy. She said the video of the heartbreaking attack is now public, and that's about the extent of the condolences offered by the mayor on her official Twitter account there. So anyway, guys, this probably shall be an interesting case, particularly the politics as it relates to Charlotte there. Yeah, I'll give you guys a few minutes. I see Solid Snake in the audience. You want to come up, Snake? Otherwise, I get out of here. I got an early morning stream. What time am I doing the stream tomorrow? Is it 9 o'clock? 9? 8 or 9? 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow. Solid Snake, you want to come up for a second? Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. What time is this stream tomorrow? Yeah. What time is this stream? Let me set it to 9. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Save changes. All right, Snake, no Sin 7. Guys, thank you for joining. That guy Speak Radio, man. Don't understand the guy. Clearly not that intelligent. Matter of fact, I think I have a clip of Speak Radio. Let me see if I have it. Is it where I have a clip of Speak before I get out of here? I do have a clip of his. Speak Radio. Yeah, I have a clip for you. Let me see. Did I keep that clip? Let's see. Hey, Speak Radio. I think I had Speak up here once, and he was talking about Carmelo Anthony, and he was one of the ones that said it was a cleat sharpener. I'm almost sure it was Speak up here and said it was when we were talking about Carmelo Anthony, Speak was one of the people that said it was a cleat sharpener. He didn't want to believe that Carmelo Anthony stabbed the boy. He was looking for all kind of excuses to justify the killing of the Austin Metcalf boy. I'm looking to see if I had that clip. I know I had it somewhere, but maybe I don't. But yeah, Speak was one of the ones that wanted to overlook what clearly was Carmelo stabbing the guy with a knife, and he wanted to say it was a cleat sharp. I know I had that. Where is that clip? Where is that clip of Speak Radio? Whatever. I can't believe I don't have it here. Whatever. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining. Hit the like button on the way out. And make sure, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for joining.